What is going on YouTube? And welcome back to my channel, JoJo Speaks. Thank you all so much for joining us for this being my Hot Topics and Social Commentary show. Y'all, I'm so sorry for the delay. I was having a little bit of issues with my connectivity. I'm using my Wi-Fi now, so hopefully there will be no issues moving forward. Bianca, how goes it, my love?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I am doing wonderful. A couple things I want y'all to do before we get started. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Press that big red subscribe button. It is free and easy to do. Takes less than a second to mash that thing. So go ahead and mash it, y'all. And again, I don't know if it's red or not. It just comes out automatically. I'm sorry if it's not red, but y'all know where it is. So press it. Also, be sure to leave a thumbs up for this video. Let me know you're enjoying the content that I'm putting out on my channel. Also, be sure to leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on the various topics that we'll be discussing on tonight. Also, be sure to press the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. Now, sometime this week, Dolly Parton's sister put out a request on Instagram or Twitter for prayers for Dolly Parton. And that led many people to believe that she was in some type of health crisis or something was going on with her. However, Dolly Parton put out an Instagram post on her Instagram page telling all of us that she is okay. She is not dead. She is doing well. She said that she's had a couple of health issues since her husband died. I believe he died I think he died earlier this year. And so she said that she hadn't taken care of things that she should have taken care of back then. So when she started trying to take care of things kind of snowballed and, things got out of whack. But she is still here. She looks just fine. In the video, she looked, just as regular as she always does. I love the friends that she had on her arm. She looked amazing. So, yeah, she didn't deny that there weren't any health issues. However, she is not on her deathbed. She is okay. And I was so glad to see that Dolly Parton is okay because Dolly Parton has never been problematic to any minorities whatsoever. She's always been a big advocate for the LGBTQ plus community. She's never been problematic with us as African Americans. So I'm so glad that Dolly has let us know that she is okay, because I'm sure if she wasn't okay, she wouldn't look as good as she did in that video. Bianca, were you nervous when you saw that post that her sister posted, or did you even see it at all?
I didn't see it, but I would have been nervous because usually when stuff like that goes out, then we know it's something that's gonna follow. But I am
Right,
glad she's doing okay. If she is having some health issues, hopefully they aren't too severe, something that she
right.
can't get through. So I'm just glad to hear that she's okay though.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Portia Williams from the Housewives of Atlanta, she was at some type of event. I don't know what event she was at, but she was talking to the interviewer about her dating life. And she is currently dating two different people. One is a man and one is a woman. I'm not surprised about that whatsoever. I don't know if anyone is surprised about that whatsoever, but she says that the good thing about them is that they're not narcissists. And she said that narcissists will, wait on you hand and foot, take care of you, do all the things that you want them to do for you. I'm smelling this as a storyline for the next season of Housewives of Atlanta. She's already setting herself up, which, Portia's not new to this. She is true to this, so she knows exactly what needs to be done in order to bring in the ratings. Do I care? Not at all. I really don't care about Portia's dating life whatsoever. She's still in court fighting Simon for her house and all that good stuff. And it's a whole lot going on with Portia. But I found it interesting that she would reveal that she's dating a woman publicly, even though she's never denied being attracted to women in the past. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. Bianca, did you see that announcement that she made? And what are your thoughts on her what seems to be a revelation of dating?
Yes, I saw the announcement that she made, and then I think it's a storyline too because when they posted the two out, the cameras were there, at that event where she had on them
Wow.
flops.
Wow. Was she have on that what?
Why she had them flip flops on with that nice dress at that event. But I'm just thinking that she got tired of her heels and kicked them off and threw flats on. But yeah, she
Probably.
was at the event with Portia. She's supposed to be a very successful businesswoman. Um,
Wow.
she looks very nice. She have locks. Real cute little lady. You can tell that she's older, but she's cute. So it's giving a cute little storyline. I want to know who this guy is that she dating and how he feel about that though.
Exactly. And we all know Portia has not been known to date the finest of men. And that's no
Right,
shade to her first and or second husband, or even Dennis for that matter. Because
right.
beauty is truly in the eye of the beholder. But I want to see if she stepped her, I don't want to say her standards up, because that makes it sound like those men were ugly. And I'm not saying that those men were ugly whatsoever. I thought Cordell Stewart looked okay. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he wasn't an ugly man. Know what I mean? But we'll see what happens if and when she reveals the identity of that man. I haven't seen the woman yet, but I'll go online and look
Oh,
for her to
and you
see
gotta share. I'll send it to you. And when it comes to the men, Portia C. Dollars.
exactly.
That's it.
Exactly. If it don't make dollars, it don't make no sense for me to be dating your ass. Okay.
Right. She said,
So,
"Bump what that money look like. I ain't having no more kids." Uh,
okay. I can get some fine dick on the side for all I care. You know what I'm saying?
right.
I need to know that I'm marrying into the money so I can have access to said money. Okay.
To the money.
So Diddy was sentenced last week. I can't believe it. I can't remember exactly what day, but we talked about what sentence we thought he would that he would end up getting. And it turns out that he ended up getting 4+ years, so 4 years and some other months. All of his children testified on his behalf with the victim impact statements. I did not want to read their testimonies because of the situation that they're in. Like, they really can't leave his side because he's the one with the money. And if they abandon him, then what are they left with? So I understand why it is that they are doing what they are doing. So I get that. However, I did read his statements. He apologized to Cassie personally again. He said, "I apologize to Cassie again." He also apologized to Jane Doe for bringing her into his mess. He also stated that he wants to get help for his issues. He's also said that his actions were sick, that his actions were, let me find it and see exactly what he said, because he said some things in particular. Hold on, let me find it, let me find it, let me find it. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Well, okay, yeah. So he said that his actions were disgusting, shameful, and sick. So it's clear to me that Diddy knows what he did. He knows what he did was not the right thing to do. And Diddy is one of those people who seems to always know the right thing to say in the right moment. On Making the Band, he was, in my opinion, making a fool of himself, acting like he was a god sitting on his throne or whatever. But like when he's talking to Ellen on Ellen's show, and he's doing interviews and things like that, he always says the right thing at the right time. So it does not surprise me what he said during his statement. He would like to be serving the rest of his time, because I think he has like 2 more years left to serve. So his lawyers requested that he be sent to a prison in New Jersey that apparently has some type of drug counseling program that he would like to be entered into. And he did sort of kind of blame some of his actions on the drugs that he was taking at the time that these actions were occurring. So I'm not surprised. Even last week, I said I don't think he's going to get more than 5 years. He ended up getting 4 years and some months. Do I think that there will be rehabilitation here? I don't know. I don't want to say yes or no, because I feel like everyone has the opportunity to do better and be better. Now, whether this situation will seemingly force him to do better, because he really can't be out here doing what he used to do, because I'm sure all eyes will be on Diddy as soon as he gets out to see if he's still doing what he used to be doing. And anytime that he does try to do what he used to do, I'm sure somebody's going to try to ring the alarm on that shit happening. So I will say, though, that I hope that he gets better. I just want to see how things will be different, or if things will be different when he does get out. What I would want him to do is to address his sexuality openly. That's just me personally. I would love to know. I mean, I think it's clear that he at least likes to see men all oiled up and whatnot, but I'm just interested in understanding like where his sexuality lies. Not that it's any of my business, because it's definitely none of my business whatsoever, because I damn sure ain't trying to sleep with a man. However, I would be interested in seeing whether he is going to address that particular side of his life. So we'll see what happens as time goes on. I thought the sentence was fair. I didn't expect him to get the 11 years that the prosecution was asking for. So for the crimes that he was found guilty of, they didn't go below the average for those particular charges. They were just like kind of right in the middle of what the prosecution was asking for and what the defense was asking for. So Bianca, what was your reaction to the sentence? How much he got? Did you hear any of the statements that were made during the sentencing? And where do you see Diddy going from here?
I'm not quite sure where I see him going from here, only because he thought it was over with. He thought he was out. He had scheduled an interview and everything. I was like, well, I guess he needs to cancel that one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know that he will stop doing the things that he do, because it was so many people who didn't say anything for so many years. It's so many people just trying to cover him and keep him protected without the world finding out. So I'm not sure if, now in a perfect world, I would hope so. I would hope that he would. I'm just not too sure or too convinced by it, though.
I understand. I definitely understand. I'm trying to be positive here. Not to say that you're not being positive, but I'm trying to, possibly look on the brightest side as possible. That's something that we do as Libras. We try to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. We're very fair and balanced in that way. So, I'll give him a chance to see if he proves the general public wrong. It wouldn't surprise me if he did not prove the general public wrong, but we'll see, because he's a grown man in his 50s, so can't teach an old dog new tricks nowadays. But who knows? Genesita has entered the chat, and once again, I missed the white shirt memo.
Hey,
oh, well. Hello. I am tired, but I'm happy to talk. What were y'all talking about?
We were talking about Diddy.
We were talking about Diddy's sentence. He was sentenced to 4+ years, 4 years and some months. Also, Dolly Parton's sister, sent out a tweet or Instagram post sometime this week saying that Dolly Parton needs prayers. She was asking the country to send her prayers, and Dolly Parton afterwards put out a video on her Instagram letting everybody know that she's not dead yet, that she is okay. She's had some health issues.
Also literally working.
She was on set while she was making the video, but she stated that there were some issues she was having health-wise around the time that her husband passed away, and she didn't take care of some things that needed to be taken care of at that time, and now she's addressing those issues and matters. And so I did pray. I definitely did pray as soon as I saw that post, for sure, because I don't want nothing to happen to my girl, that girl, okay, Dolly Parton girl, because she is that girl.
But sis did too much.
Say what?
Y'all think sis did too much?
I think because the thing is, I do believe that she was worried, but I feel like I do think that she did too much. She clearly did too much, because Dolly Parton came out with a video and said that she was okay. But I do believe that she had reasons to believe that there might be something else going on, maybe that she didn't know about or was not fully aware of. Maybe Dolly Parton isn't being completely open about everything that's happening with her at this time, and therefore there are questions. So exactly, that's her business. If she wants to, whatever she wants to disclose, that's her business to disclose, whether she wants to disclose it or not. So but I think it at least shows that her sister cares, I guess.
Well, that ain't gonna get her the information she needs, because if she did know what was going on, she'd have blurted that out too.
Exactly.
And she damn sure ain't about to find out now.
So here's my point with it. I understand. It's like people. I feel like she meant well, for sure, right? But people sometimes don't understand the gravity of their words and the way that they say it, if they put it out there in the open about a famous person. I just think she didn't consider where the fans would take that information, because people saying, no, not Dolly. She can't. Oh no, not Dolly going to glory. And it's like, for all we know, she could have made sure to get, her colonoscopy, or, take care of some dental work. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? And just like you said, Jonathan, there's a big chance she didn't know neither.
Mhm.
And I guess, just because she's in the hospital, I guess
Right.
if she in the hospital, just send prayers regardless. It's like, it would be smart for her to say something to the effect of, "It doesn't seem life threatening, but just pray she all right." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, 'cause as soon as you start saying you need
Exactly.
prayers, it sounds like we need to pray her from out of the sick bed. We need to pray her from out her deathbed. We need the
As Gary
same.
would say, we need to solicit the prayer warriors, honey. Okay.
So yeah, I don't I'm truly believing that she did not comprehend the gravity of what she was putting out in the streets.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And any reaction to Diddy's sentence at all, or any expectations as to what he will do once he gets out?
No, and I don't care. No. Um once he gets out, I'm actually kind of excited for when he gets out,
Really?
because I am so very curious as to what will come about. Because out there in the business that he is in, your image is everything. His image
Right.
is obliterated. Okay, not just tainted.
Yes.
He don't have one no more. The only thing
Mhm.
that I believe he needs to do is get out, go to another country. I'm not saying it's good that he gonna do whatever he wanted to do, but he need to do a Russell Simmons and
Yeah.
go. That's what he needs to do. And I don't believe that will happen because of his ego, because of how he feels about himself. And of course, I can see him in the next, and I bet
Right.
you it'll be less than 4 years, because a lot of times with those kind of short sentences, it doesn't seem like they wait, he's going to the Fed, so he does have to do all of it, right?
Yes.
So he will have to do all 4.
All of it. Yeah.
Too.
Right.
Okay. So that means that it'll be another 4 years of us not paying no mind. And when he comes back, he's gonna try to make something. He's been trying to do that for the longest.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also
Right.
going to try to, act as if he's gonna give new stars, new chances.
He gonna have a big party when he get out.
Oh, a
I'm sure
huge
you
one.
will.
But you wanna know
You
who
know
gonna
you
come?
will.
Who coming?
The people he solicit to come, the ones that
Exactly.
do that kind of work, okay?
Yeah.
And nobody else that wants to still remain relevant in the scene. Nobody's gonna touch. Just consider thinking about people that came to the Welcome Back Diddy party. The way that people are gonna talk about him, and how people are gonna say, "Well, you know what happened after that?" So,
Still
yeah.
had a
Yeah.
lot of supporters though. It was people crying, passing out because he was in jail. It was a lot of celebrities that said he didn't do it. A lot of his homeboys were standing by his side. So you never know. We thinking
You
rationally.
know what? Maybe maybe they're saying stuff like that because they're afraid of what he knows. So when he gets out, you know, he'll be able to drop that T. But the people, I'm not saying that they're untouchable people, but I feel like there's a lot of stars that have not gotten themselves entangled in him.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I think we're really going to truly see who has nothing to lose by seeing who goes to that party,
Yep.
who stays up under him, who stays, folded with him. Those are the ones that have plenty to lose because he's in the pocket. I bet you if he got convicted of the actual RICO and got life, he would hear from nobody. I bet you.
Right. Yeah. I agree with that. And I was truly tickled by the letter that 50 Cent sent to the judge, if he even sent
Hilarious.
it to the judge, because I'm thinking, like, did he send that to the judge, like, for real, for real? Because
Yeah.
but he
It was
did post it on Instagram. 50 Cent always had the story about, Diddy saying that he wanted to take him out shopping, treat him like a a woman. I was going to say the B word, but y'all women ain't all B words, so I will say that. But I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was really hilarious. Something I just wanted to mention, but we really don't have to spend too much time on it. But Turning Point USA, which is the organization that was founded by Charlie Kirk, they have announced an all-American halftime show coinciding with Bad Bunny's Super Bowl performance. Now, they have not announced who will be performing for their halftime show. And they had a list of genres that are that they will consider for their halftime show. I should have taken a picture of.
You should. I was about to say, do you have that list?
I wish I did, but I didn't take a picture of that. But I saw Americana. Yeah, hip hop was on the list. And they said they put hip hop instead of rap. I thought that was very interesting. Also, country was on there, pop was on there, so I'm sure it'll be interesting to see what kind of ratings they get, and I'm sure they're going to inflate their ratings as much as they want to, especially considering what type of service they'll be able to you'll be able to view their halftime show on. But they coming for, they trying to be another, In Living Color, because we all know In Living Color is the reason why we have a halftime show for the Super Bowl. So, it is what it is. Jennifer, Bianca, either one of y'all can speak on it. Any thoughts on that?
I'm going to start because I want to find this list. But okay. I think they're going to say something to the effect of there were 60 billion people watching.
Of course. More than the population of the United States, of course.
Right. Absolutely. All over the world. Everybody wanted to see what was going on. So, okay. So they just said genres that's going to be, they didn't have people?
No, they did not have people. They only had genres. I think it was like 7 or 8 of them. It started off with Americana. Then it went down the list from there. I know country, pop, hip hop were some of the options as well. And I found it on the Shade Room if that's one of the places you wanted to look for it.
Okay, I'll look at that because I really want to see those things. Go ahead, Bianca.
I do too. I'm interested to know too. All I know is I better not see nobody out there with no guitar stringing it slow, okay? Because then I'm gonna be not passed out. I don't want to see that at all, not one bit.
Well, I'm watching Bad Bunny.
Now I could get with him.
Okay.
I could get with him, but if we get one of them, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to. After that video that I saw last week, I can't take no more. Okay, so
right.
I hope that they choose wisely from whichever category they choose from, or they no ratings.
I'm not even in a space to be like I'm actually going to pay any attention to it.
No.
Once again, like I said, I hope he don't speak not a lick of English while he up on that stuff. I hope.
Okay.
That is my true hope and desire for this one. Okay, so the music. Oh, this is I found it, Jonathan. Thank you for letting me know it's on the Shade Room. So, ciao. Hey. So it's not something that they're going to have. This is they're asking of the people,
right?
They're people. What music genres would you like to see featured? The question. The options are. The first option is anything in English.
What?
Oh, are you serious?
It says anything in English. Next one, it says Americana, classic rock. So if you're about to play classic rock, you're gonna have to find people that's already done the Super Bowl. Let's be real.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they can call Kid Rock because Kid Rock has been rocking for Trump forever. Even though he's not classic rock, he's more hip hop.
And that's not a problem. No.
Yeah.
He doesn't even fit. He has country, hip hop, pop, and worship as options to choose what you would like to replace Bad Bunny in the halftime Super Bowl show, and they have 8,975 signatures to put it, I guess, to put in their formal request.
Oh, that seems kind of low to me, but hey, do your thing, do your thing.
I thought they'd at least have like 25.
25,000.
Yeah,
Okay.
25,000. Okay, God bless them.
Child, it is what it is. It is what it is. So Offset did an interview with Keke Palmer earlier this week. And he seemingly, I say seemingly, y'all, so don't beat me up, y'all. Don't beat me up. Don't come for me in the comments. He has seemingly taken accountability for his actions during his marriage with Cardi B. Now, he did mention that Cardi B messed up too during that interview. Bianca went bye-bye. Is she having a reaction to what I'm saying? Anyways, but he says that he should have respected her, and he should have done better by her. And here's my thing. I like to give people chances. So, and I never really noticed like Offset's face until I watched those clips of that interview. Like, never really understood what he looked like. But anyways, so I hope that he learns lessons from this. I hope he takes a lesson from Ace Hood, who we talked about last week, to treat your woman right and be faithful to her. I hope he does better. Now, I would want him to address, what he's looking for in his divorce from Cardi, saying that, I think he wants a house in Atlanta. I think he wants to do this, and that. Like, that's a little bit questionable. But hey, when you ain't got money like that no more, at least not, compared to what you're used to having, then I don't. Y'all, I really don't blame him for asking for that. Like, I'm not surprised. Like, come on. Like, it is what it is. Like, I'm not making excuses for him because he did Cardi B wrong. Cardi B had 3 of his kids and stayed with him too much longer than she should have. However, I think that this is a little glimmer of hope that Offset just might do better. He just might do better. I'm not fully expecting a full turnaround, a full 180. It might just be a 360, just go right back to the way that he was. But I'm happy that he at least acknowledged his wrongdoing, at least to a certain extent. I don't think he did it to the point where we have a full understanding of everything that he did to her, because the way that he did it made it sound like he only cheated on her once or twice. Well, we all know he ran through, I don't know how many women while he was with Cardi. But Bianca, what were your thoughts on that interview? Were you surprised that he seemingly took accountability for his actions? And hey, Dustin, and do you think he might do better in the future with his next relationship? What are your thoughts?
Heck no. Now, first of all, okay, any wife, because he did things the proper way, right? Any wife who gets that near to unalivement by laying on that good bed and pushing out 3 of your children, you shouldn't be asking for no house and no nothing. Okay, you need to be taking care of her for the rest of her life, and she not sacrifice herself, her life, and her body just to give you some kids. Okay, so no,
right,
you should not be asking her for anything. He is a man. At the end of the day, he need to get up and go get it. Go get it. She got to go get it. Why should he live on her dime and he cheated on her?
Right.
No. He ain't living off my good coins. You better get out there and start back making some music, something. And he ain't gonna change. This is his 8th time apologizing, and he's still downplaying it as if he just, oh my goodness, I just made a mistake once or twice, and I just don't know what happened to my family. You have your family. So I don't have no hope for him, and he could stay down in the doghouse for all I care.
Well said, Bianca. Jennifer.
I have 3 words to begin my commentary. Talk is cheap.
Yeah.
And thus far, all I've seen is talk. I believe he said what he said on that interview so that he can try to look as if he got sense. I think he has sense enough to say what he has to do, but he doesn't have sense enough to actually walk that walk.
Come on.
So for him,
I got talk it.
Okay, as he should. He did the song.
Right.
Now, Jonathan, how a grown man, and I'm pointing like this so it won't be in front of my face. How a grown man going to ask a woman to fund his life? These are taxes that he did not pay.
Come on.
This is a house that he did not pay for, that he's still living in. So no. And I'm very happy that Cardi is fighting for what's hers. Because as far as being entitled, once again, those are your taxes you never paid. Why didn't you pay your taxes? Why do I need to be at fault for what you neglected?
Right.
So no. And to consider him as somebody that's reformed or somebody that's about to move forward, do better and be better. No. Is the talking about it, acting as if, like, oh no, I can't. You still living with whatever girlfriend of the moment. Via Cardi, we hearing about how he let girls get disrespectful with Cardi, no respect. And now after an interview, you expect me to think better of you? Okay. No. Mm-mm.
Understood.
It's a solid no.
Yeah. Whew. Jennifer, any other comments besides Dustin that we just saw?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So I'm not sure if y'all would care about this particular subject, but I thought it was interesting. So Trinidad James, he was on Nick Cannon's podcast earlier this week, and he speaks on not being invited to the Met Gala given its dandyism theme. I think Trinidad James is somewhat known for his style. At least I think he is known for his style, to be honest. Can't necessarily say whether I like his style or not necessarily. So me personally, I'm not surprised that he wasn't invited. I'm not sure exactly what other songs he has had after Gold All in My Chain. Don't believe we just watch nigga. Yeah, I don't know any other songs. I know that he was on, August Alsina's debut song. I love this, but Nick Cannon said that he was surprised that Trinidad James wasn't there, but I wasn't surprised at all. I think it would have been interesting what he would have done. I think he would have done a great job. I'm sure we probably would have loved whatever he was wearing. I'm sure he would have turned it right on out. But the Met Gala is all about who's hot right now. And Trinidad James is not necessarily hot right now. So I believe that would be the reason why he did not receive an invitation. But I think it's great that he's still out in the atmosphere. He's still out in these streets. He's still out on these podcasts. I've seen him on a couple of different podcasts recently. So I'm glad that he is still doing his thing, even if music isn't really his thing now, because I don't know what music he's been doing lately. But Jennifer, and Jennifer, you can go first since Bianca went first last time. Were you surprised Trinidad James didn't receive an invite in the mail for the Met Gala? And do you think he would have done well on the red, green, or blue carpet, whatever type carpet that was?
I did not know or even think as if that was something that was considered. I hate that he feels away. Let me go ahead and say, hey, lovely Cherokee.
Hey, lovely Cherokee. Good to see you again, boo. Love you for watching.
She said, hi, JoJo, Bianca, light, passing through blessings continuously to you all. Blessings unto you as well.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
She said, hi, everyone in the chat. Hope you have a great day. Enjoy your evening. Thank you. But I see it for Trinidad James. He is somebody that he do be dressing. Don't get me wrong. But I'm not okay. Because there was a lot of people that's not exactly hot over there.
Right.
There were people, but maybe it's about who you know and you're talking to the right people. Maybe it's
Yeah.
about, keeping your name up there and relevant and really shining on them niggas, you know what I'm saying, so that they can understand that we need him here. Um, to be honest, I would think of having 2 Chainz there before Trinidad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. But if how about I say Nicki Minaj? Jesus, sorry y'all. If Nick Cannon was confused or whatever, like was Nick Cannon there or?
I don't think he was.
Okay, so Nick Cannon is a big, successful name. Why would they call Trinidad James before they call Nick Cannon?
True that. True that.
Sometimes unspoken expectations, need to be put into a thought process. Um, Maybe you should have been trying to put it out there that I need to be invited or it needs to be me instead of just waiting for something to pop up in the mail for you.
Right. Like as soon as it was announced, he should have been like, "Oh, put me in there. Put me in there, coach.
I
I'm here for it."
talk to,
'Cause
hey,
he's
can you talk to so and so? Can you talk to this person? Can you know what I'm saying? Campaign, you know what I'm saying, for that so you can get up there. Cause believe me, him sitting down here in Atlanta, just waiting for something to happen, it's never gonna come about. He should have done all he could to make that happen. He would have had to make it happen. Or he should have, been somebody's plus one. You know what I'm saying? So he
right.
just stunt. He might have not been able to sit there and take pictures, but for all we know, he could have did it to a point where they would have to take pictures of him. He need
Exactly.
he need to I don't know what his game is, but he need to push. He need to push to take himself there rather than wait on somebody to call him because that's just not how things are working in this earth right now.
Yeah.
Lovely Cherokee says, I'll be listening. Just know when you don't see me, I support you. Girl, you know.
I appreciate it, lovely Cherokee. I appreciate it wholeheartedly, girl.
She just said it. She said facts. Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, Bianca. What are your thoughts?
I would have to know a little bit more info because was he at last year's? So maybe
I've
he's
never
gonna get
I've
it
never
this
seen him
year.
at the Met Gala. I've never seen him at the Met Gala.
Okay. Okay. That's why I was like, why was he just automatically expecting it? Now I know that I follow him on social media because I know him. So I know that he has been doing, some new music here and there, and he's working on a lot of different projects. So maybe he thought it was gonna get him there, but I don't know how because I haven't heard it on the radio or anything. No shade. I love him to death. The man is smart as
Right.
I but I just don't know where the expectation came from. Like, why was he so shocked that he didn't receive one?
I think it's because he's right now he is known for his style, and because the theme being dandyism, being men, the black African American suited men, like people. He thought people will expect him to be there to show off his dandyism that he does on an everyday basis. So I think because he is known for his style now than he is actually his music, then he probably thought since that were the case, he would be, maybe first or second or 100th on the list. I don't know.
He was never invited to any
No.
gala.
Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah, so it is very interesting. But I just wanted to mention this. Like, I think Trinidad James is great as well. Even though I've never been the biggest fan of his music necessarily, I do love his style. I love how he plays with his hair as well. Like my favorite hairstyle of his is when he has it all flat and iron because I feel like it frames his face beautifully and it just makes him look better, at least in my opinion. Like I just love when he does that. Go ahead, Jennifer.
I was right. 2 Chainz was at one. He was at the 2018 Met Gala, and he proposed to his lady on the red carpet at that gala.
I didn't even know that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that either. I thought they'd been together forever.
Well, let me read it. Is that I said was 2 Chainz at the Met Gala. That's how I said it. The AI overview says I do and kind of enjoy the AI overviews. Kind of. Anyway, it says yes, 2 Chainz was at the 2018 Met Gala where he proposed to his girlfriend Keisha Ward. The couple who were wearing custom Versace outfits made the headlines when 2 Chainz dropped to one knee on the iconic red carpet to ask for her hand in marriage, which she accepted. Oh, and they look gorgeous.
It's so sweet. Y'all know I love 2 Chainz down. Okay, him and
Uh,
Yandere. Ooh, Yandere with his chocolate self.
I enjoy just watching him on the most expensivest stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And he's freaking hilarious. I enjoy his intelligence. He's one of those people I can listen to talk all day long. Just an intelligent man, and I enjoy his relationship with his sons.
I
His
was just
children.
about to say it. That little boy is hilarious.
Child. They got something with
absolutely.
that one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm fully expecting both of you to roll your eyes at my next topic, but
Well, I'm gonna get my eyeballs ready.
I thought this was interesting, and the explanation did make some sense to me. But Cam Newton explains why he asked Jasmine Brown, whom just had his 9th child, by the way, just gave birth to his 9th child, why he asked Jasmine Brown for her list of previous partners prior to their relationship, and his reasoning. Bianca done left the room already. So his reasoning for asking her for this information is because he wanted to know whether she had previous partnerships, if that's how you want to see it, or previous relations with anyone that he knows in the past, so that he doesn't show up to a venue, he sees one of his partners and he'd be like, she bad, ain't she? And they'd be like, yeah, she bad, but I had her. Not he wants to be in the know. So initially, before I understood his reasoning for it, I was like, why would he want to know that? But then when he explained it and said, I don't want my partners to have had you, and then them not, I get why men think that way. Not that I agree with it, but it does not surprise me that he said that, because a lot of times, even though there is a saying, it ain't no fun if the homie can't have none. It depends on who you're asking, I guess. But at the same time, if I'm going to be with someone, I really don't care much about your previous partners. I really don't care. If maybe you were a little bit more adventurous in your past, that might put up a red flag for me, thinking that, you might, there might be some infidelity in our relationship. But I'm kind of stuck in the middle as far as, asking somebody what their body count is. Like, me personally, I really don't care what your body count is. I don't care who you've had relations with before you got to me. I don't know. Maybe I should. Who knows? But I'm not surprised that Cam Newton said this, because a lot of, especially Black men, would say that they want to.
That's men in general, Jonathan. Don't just put it on the Black.
Men in general would want to know if that, because no one wants to be seen with someone who gets around. Like, men don't want to be seen, well, at least not wiping or being in an actual relationship with someone who actually gets around. So I get why he said it. I get why he said it. And, Cam Newton was, I guess, open and brave enough to say it out loud. But, that's how a lot of men
enough.
feel. Bianca, what are your thoughts on Cam Newton's his request by Jasmine to tell him about all of her previous relations?
We're gonna have to go tick for tack. If you want to know how many people I had relations with,
come on,
I need to know how many people you had relations with. And if you have a cap on mine, then there's going to be that same cap on yours. If you say I only need to have 3, then you should only have 3, sir. And if you don't, then bye.
This got to go both ways.
Therefore, again, I can't even feel sorry for these women, because at this point, we already know what we're getting into when we have him. It's let me tell you something. It's a million of fine men around this world, honey, around this earth. He ain't the only one. If you gonna do something with someone like him, you better and go on about your business, because guess what?
Enjoy yourself.
You better hit that and quit it.
Enjoy and move on.
Because that's not only good for at this point. But no, I'm not surprised. I'm used to him saying some outrageous foolishness, so I'm not surprised by it at all. I'm just surprised by these women who keep falling for it.
Money will make you do things.
Absolutely. Jennifer, your thoughts?
Money can make you have fun too.
Okay. Yes, please. Okay. Anywho, I will never get on with that, on board with something like that. And being somebody that is married in a good relationship and have, strong love, my thing is this: if it matters that much to you, who I've been with, maybe you shouldn't be with me if you are under the impression that, this is the thing. Now, there is a slight level to it. If we're all in one room, just let me know.
Right.
Because
Okay.
there are some times, being that if I'm in a relationship, I want to be able to, catch whatever shade may come my way because you know something that I don't know. So
Right.
yeah, I do believe giving the respect if we're in the room and we're just dating, because I've actually had those kind of conversations with Tyrone. So he know
Okay.
why this person talking like this. Yeah, because this, that, and then. And he said,
Yeah.
oh, no wonder. And then, he's able to move on. And he hasn't punched anybody yet because he knows I'm at the house and I'm not concerned about what they believe that I need to be doing or who I need to be with and things of that nature.
Right.
But that's my caveat. If we're all in the same room, let a nigga know.
Come on.
Right.
But, as far as giving me a whole list, I think that's really ridiculous. I'm over here thinking like, what would I do a list of all the people that you've had before me?
Right. What can I do with that? Like what does that have to do with me?
Am I supposed to not like them, or I don't know what to do with that.
Right.
It's foolishness. Let's see. Lovely Cherokee says exactly 100% his style. Lovely Cherokee says, "Wow, I didn't know that about 2 Chainz." She said, yes. I like how she used all these emojis. Yes, 2 Chainz, congratulations. And she also said, what that part, JoJo? Everyone has a past, which is very
Right.
true. Bianca said, ready, let's go. She was ready for you to go off. Money, says in the OJ's voice. Money.
That all good for
Right.
a good ride and some cash.
Okay. Hey,
Okay.
Aaron. Welcome.
Hey, Aaron.
So glad you joined us, boo.
Cherokee says, talk about it light. Thank you, sis. And she says, hi, everyone in the chat I missed. And she's laughing now. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I wanted to spend the last 10 minutes talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac. I did release my review for the first episode of the 10th season. I believe it was either yesterday or the day before that. So be sure to go out and check that video out, like it, comment it on it, let me know your thoughts. And I've watched a couple other reviews as well. And so what I'm understanding is that there are quite a few people out here who don't see it for Wendy. And I understand why. I really do get why. Me personally, Wendy is my favorite on this franchise of Real Housewives of Atlanta. She's just, I see a lot of myself in her. Go ahead, Jennifer.
It seems like Wendy's just that girl. Either you love her or you hate her, one or the other.
Exactly. But and I was talking to my mom about it earlier today. A lot of people from Africa, especially and Nigeria, they're brought up to feel to understand that they are the best, to understand that they need to strive for the best. They need to be the best that they can be at all times. And sometimes that leads to people having that air of arrogance about themselves, feeling as though they're better than everyone else in the room. And I do see that with Wendy at times, especially during her first season when she's like, I have 4 degrees, and telling Ashley, people like you address me as Dr. Wendy. Like, I see why people might have had that reaction in Wendy's first season. But since then, Wendy has gotten so much better with I haven't heard her mention her degrees in about 3 or 4 seasons. She hasn't made herself feel as though she's superior to anyone in the last couple of seasons that in the last couple of seasons that I have seen her in. So Wendy is going to continue to be my favorite. But when Wendy walks in the room, you can tell that she feels as though she's the best in the room. And to be honest, I wish more of us would have that type of feeling about ourselves, because a lot of times we like to diminish our greatness because we don't want to overshadow someone else. And I feel as though that's the disservice to you. If you are not putting out your best, then your results will not be the best. So I just wanted to put that out there. But anyways, I don't know if I'll probably going to say a couple things that I said on Monday during Jennifer's decompression, but I will say it again. I'm hoping that this whole storyline with TJ and Stacey does not follow us through the entire season. However, I can only assume that it is going to be an entire season storyline. They are not going to let this go, maybe because Stacey is not going to take her foot off the gas of this lie. Because it is clearly a lie. Like the way that TJ was filling up on that personal trainer in their first scene on the first episode of the 9th season, I think we all knew that he had no sexual interest in Stacey, or at least it didn't seem as though he did. But anyways, there's that. Do I believe that she promised TJ because, they said that TJ was suing Stacey for half of her salary from Housewives of Potomac? Do I think she agreed to give him half her check? Hell to the no. Like, that's just some stunt queen shit. Like, that's just something a stunt queen would try to do, just try to dig in your pockets like that. Once again, when it comes to Kiana and Wendy, Kiana, my dear, you're looking for a moment. You're trying to keep your flute, and I understand that. However, coming after Wendy, possibly thinking that she's an easy target I understand you being upset with her asking you, "Oh, did you do your own makeup?" Like, that was clearly shade. Like, that was clearly shade, to at least to me. Unless it's like, "Oh, you did your own makeup. It looks good, girl." Like, it could be one of those things.
What you said, Bianca?
I said even that would be shade. She was being shady.
It would, but
what if it looked really good though? And you're like,
why would you just? She did her own though. Like, we all got glam, so why would you look at her and say, "Oh, you did your own makeup, girl? You did a good job."
Yeah, like, no matter what the context is, I'm pretty sure that was shade. But to be upset with her for, first of all, not telling you that she was going to be a speaker, which, you being a sponsor, how could you not know that she was going to be a speaker? But hey, I guess, we're not going to ask that question. But the fact that, what was that, Bianca?
Did she tell Wendy that she was going to be a sponsor, and Wendy didn't in return tell her? Okay.
Yes, she told Wendy that she was going to be a sponsor, and all Wendy said was, props to you, girl, sponsor it up, but Wendy did not tell Kiana that she was going to be a speaker, and Kiana was upset about Wendy not telling her she was going to be a speaker at that event. And then lastly, Kiana was upset that Wendy did not acknowledge her presence while Wendy was up doing her speech. Like, you expect this 4-degree doctor professional woman to interrupt her speech that she was more than likely paid to do, to give you a "hey girl," or even she said you could even give me a head nod, and that would have been like, Kiana, you're reaching for a moment and you're looking desperate, and desperation looks good on nobody, my love. Jennifer, did you get an opportunity to watch the first episode? And if you haven't, or whether you have or you haven't, what are your thoughts based on everything that you've been hearing or the clips that you've been seeing on TikTok? Because I know you've been seeing clips on TikTok.
Of course. Everyone, I haven't seen it yet because I've been working day and night. But yes, that's what it is. Desperate. That's what Lovely Cherokee said. Let me go ahead and skip her things before I move on. Smiling with Aaron D, make sure to say hello to Lovely Cherokee. She also says, I love the way this panel guest with JoJo speaks. Always professional, deliver all topics with such a calm, peaceful, hilarious, on point way. Thank you.
Thank you, Lovely Cherokee. I appreciate that.
She said hello to Smiling with Aaron D. Nice seeing you. And she said, JoJo, you already know, shady. But let me tell you, a lot of people are excited about this season. Yes. A lot of people are peeping the foolishness of the season thus far. That's the main thing everybody's been talking about, that back and forth with Wendy. And just to speak really quickly on Wendy, you can tell that she saw how she looked after the first season. And she said, you know what? It's not a good look. There's a big old chance there were really nice people of God that said, girl, Don't do that no more. We know what you is. No need to explain any further.
Right.
And
Yeah, what her name? Harmony.
yeah.
And that little butt. She looked good though. She went to the right person. I can tell you that.
Ooh.
Okay. Body snatched, honey. Snatched.
And let me tell you though, there are a lot of people that still hold on to their hate for Wendy, which is cool. But she's very much so palatable, and she I wasn't too okay. I was sold on her. I was cool with her. I had no problem. But she got me when she said, "Jealous of this."
Hating on this in front of me. This 2-in-1 house that you got in current construction here, currently in progress.
I said, "You all right with me?"
Okay.
Wendy. Okay. So yeah, the only people that I'm not interested in watching, I'm more interested in seeing Karen than I am Ashley. Ashley needs to go. She needs to go into the home that was created for her and stay there and take care of her beautiful children and make sure her mama is being taken care of. That's all I got. I'm not concerned about what she's doing, how she's doing it, whether she's divorced or not. I really don't care. I don't care. I don't care, and it's mostly because I can't stand how Ashley bone carries. I don't like how she does it. It's one way to do it to where it's like somewhat of integrity. Just say, "Hey, I'm just trying to tell you this," but no, she tried to come with the BS to make it seem as if she's not in the line of the fire line or whatever. Like
Right.
she can't get in trouble for what she's doing or what's going on. She doesn't give it in a way where she's just trying to inform. Like, no, she's just trying to make something of it to and almost kind of incorporate herself into it so she can have something to say or something to talk about outside of the fact that she don't know when she's gonna get divorced and that she her life is still being funded by some other man that's not her about to not be her husband anymore. So it's I can't with her. I hardly watch the show and I still can't. I have nothing for her. I'd rather see Giselle than Ashley. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah. And I want to say one other thing really quickly before Bianca goes, or before you finish, Jennifer. I don't know if you were finished or not.
No, go ahead.
Okay. When Giselle and Ashley in the first scene told Stacey when they were asking her about TJ, this group is all about accountability. Giselle. What accountability have you taken for literally running Candace and her husband off of the show? What accountability have you taken for alleging that Eddie had cheated on Wendy in season 6? What accountability have you taken for calling Monique's husband Big Boy and alleging that one of their children was not his biologically? What accountability have you taken, Giselle?
The only thing good about Giselle is her children. Bless God for them.
And her pretty eyes. That's it.
I'm not
she
even
always
sure.
got good hair for the most part too.
Those are lion eyes. Okay. I don't need no more. Go ahead, Bianca.
Well, I'm about to shake it up a little bit.
Go ahead.
So, from looking at this first episode, Stacey absolutely drive me crazy. When her and Ashley were in that scene at the shop.
A couple of two liars. Go ahead.
Right.
When she was at that scene at the shop, I feel like Ashley was trying to throw Stacey a bone. Look, this girl is saying that TJ is suing you for such and such. You might want to go ahead and jump ahead of the story before it gets out. Because when me and Giselle was here, the lady showed us the paperwork. So you might want to go ahead and address it, because if it comes back, it's going to bite you in the behind like last year at the reunion did.
Right.
He's not suing me. I was like, girl.
What are we doing?
I can't take it. So, but hopefully Ashley keep carrying on like this throughout the season. We don't know. We'll see. But there's never been a reason for me to like Ashley or to even agree with Ashley until Stacey entered the scene. Now that's a problem for me.
That is a problem.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Number 2, Miss Osefo.
Mm.
If I was just watching her on screen, like you said, Jonathan, since her first season till now, she's really been chill, real mellow. She haven't thrown up her degrees, anything like that. People outside of the show giving their experiences of Wendy, i.e., content creators that get invited to BravoCon. One in particular love Wendy down. I'm talking about every chance she gets, she praising Wendy. And Wendy kind of, my people told me about you. You're a mean girl. I don't want to talk to you.
Wow.
And she was like, well, what people? Because I'm on the Wendy praise team. So what are we talking about here? I haven't said anything bad about you. So now listening to other content creators that goes to get invited to BravoCon to work and network and stuff like that, I can see what Kiana might be like. The stuff that she's saying is in line with what they're saying. Now, does it seem petty right now? Maybe she's just giving us little bits and pieces so we can have something more for the rest of the season because it was just the first episode. Right. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But after this episode aired and what she was saying about Wendy, everybody else started coming out with it. And I'm just like, well, this is the third story I've seen about how she was acting at BravoCon. Like, what's going on? And I like Wendy.
Right.
You know what? a part of me believes that, okay, I don't know if you've seen how other people act in front of like the YouTubers and stuff like that, but they keep everything like knowing that their word is going to get back to the YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Think about the easy one for me, Alex Rogers. They go out, him and who's Chris? Him and Chris, my bad.
Yeah.
Him and Chris, they be going there and they be asking the questions and all that stuff. Every time they meet a housewife, they're always up. Like the housewife is always ready to see and talk to them, even though they talk crazy about them. Like even like with Giselle and everything was nice and peaceful. Somebody need to talk to Wendy. Like, girl, you just gonna make things worse on yourself.
Like to be honest,
you don't know who's who.
I'm not surprised that people have had this experience with Wendy. I do see Wendy as somewhat of a dismissive character. Like she may be dismissive towards you. And I get that. Like, I completely understand that that's probably who she is. And that's probably how she operates. I still do like her, you know, because I just like Wendy. Wendy's just my favorite.
She need to turn it on for the people.
Right. And I don't think she knows how to do that. I don't think she knows how to be like a true reality star just yet. I think she's still just right. Yeah, I think she's still just Wendy Osefo. She's not the star that I think we would like. Well-rounded. I want her to be more. Yes, very much so. You know, but to be honest, like I have. Because Kiana, I feel as though she was looking for something of a friendship with Wendy. And I feel as though she thought as though she had that with Wendy because she said that they were talking on the phone. And she said, you know, you're one way with me on the phone. And then when we're in person, you're a completely other way. It's like, I think she misread what their relationship was and what the parameters of their relationships were. I think she felt like she thought she was a bestie when she was just like a +1. So, you know, it is what it is. Jennifer, go ahead.
How old are we?
Right, exactly. It's
you know,
it's real petty.
If you see that this is how they're acting towards you, then take note and act accordingly or expect accordingly. I'm not gonna. It's like if I'm down there watching her, why would you expect some special adoration and you're not her husband, her child, her mama? Like, what do you think this is?
And she probably had closer friends in the room too. Friends who were closer to her than Kiana was.
That's all I'm saying. So that's another story. But I think it's like when it comes to the YouTubers and the content creators and everything, she just need to be nice to everybody. Just give them pleasantries. Turn it on if you need to take, do whatever you got to do. Take a little whoo, or you need to do you know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do to get yourself to a space to keep it nice and surface. Oh, thank you. Oh, it's nice meeting you. Just keep it there so you won't have to be hearing about YouTube videos. I loved her, and this is how she acted towards me. Now you're going to get story after story about that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I have a feeling that Wendy sort of kind of showed us who she was during her first season. And she kind of revised things as she went on. And so now we've got what we've got now, a little more tamed down Wendy. But what I'm excited to see is Monique coming back into the fray. I just want to see how Monique and Giselle will interact together, because that is what everyone wants to see. I saw in the preview that Monique was sitting down with Wendy, which I love to see. I want Monique and Wendy to be best gal pals. I want them to be best Judys, to be honest. That's what I want to see. But anyways, we'll see what happens as the season goes on. I'll continue to do my reviews on my channel as the season goes on as well. Go ahead, Bianca.
You didn't mention how Kiana and her friend, what her name, the new girl that she brought on?
Ashley, I think it is.
Oh, her name's Ashley too.
Yeah.
Okay, so how her and Ashley kind of had a little spat when she was talking about Wendy.
Well, when Ashley was saying that she knew Wendy when they were in college.
No, when she was saying that Wendy didn't speak to her, or she was being selfish, she was like, "Well, did you ask her about the kids?" And she was like, "Are you my friend or hers?"
Right. Yeah. To be honest, a lot of times when people bring their friends onto the show, a lot of times they ain't really friends for real, for real. Like, I don't know what type of relationship they had prior. They probably just know of each other, but I don't think they
or
know
met right
each
before
other.
filming.
By the way, Ashley's ex retired NFL husband, I would love to see more of him for sure. Absolutely.
Blessings.
And
more camera time for him, for sure. Jennifer, why don't you go ahead and give us your social media contacts before we get out of here, child?
No. All right. Lovely Cherokee says, JoJo, let's go. Accountability. She said, Bianca, she saw you coming. Bianca's, it will come back around. Yeah. Wow. I only get my updates here. Oh, that's sweet of you, Cherokee.
That's awesome.
She says, in training, my opinion. Yeah. Like speaking facts, absolutely. Act accordingly. I'm telling you, if you people just stop playing ourselves. Okay. Yeah. If this how they act, that's how they're gonna act. It just is what it is. Act accordingly. And she says a must see. Y'all might actually have me to watch this season. Y'all might actually have me to do so, especially with Monique. I just know they're gonna treat Monique wrong. No, I really believe they're gonna just.
No.
I think
they knock a ninja out. They better not.
With Giselle doing better with Wendy, I think and the way that she's kind of revised her actions. She's not doing the whole Candace thing. She's not doing the whole Wendy thing. She's not doing the whole Monique thing anymore. She's being a little bit more even keeled. Like, I don't expect for her to be like bowing at Monique's, lap or knees or whatever the case might be. But I'm sure she's going to put up a front for Monique and act like everything's okay now. And that was however many years ago that was with the Binders. So, we'll see.
We shall see. I'm delighted.
But I want to see Monique whoop her ass, though. That's what I want to see. But hey, I'm sure that's not going to happen.
Monique know how to stay there. She ain't gonna touch nobody.
She not.
Yeah.
She might.
But
too.
I would love to see her just knock her one good time. Just one good time.
You know what? I want to see her reach back, honey. I want to see her reach back and come over across the face of a patio.
And just wapak it.
Yes.
Wow. Anyhow, y'all can follow me. I am the Light of the Leo. Follow me on TikTok as well as YouTube. At YouTube, I go live every Monday at 9 p.m. to Decompress Monday. Y'all, it's not just, it's more for me than anything, but y'all get to enjoy watching me decompress with the randomness, because I never have anything to talk about, but we always have a conversation somehow, some way. So join us on the light of the Leo. Okay. And there go Bianca right there.
Hey y'all. Bianca Edwards on everything.
There you go. It's right there.
Just follow me
Oh,
everywhere.
thank you so much for being here, y'all. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is JoJo_speaks3020. My Facebook is Jonathan Lee. My email is williamjonathanlee@gmail.com. And my Cash App is $JonathanLee07. That's $JONATHANLEE07. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Be sure to, once again, be on the lookout for my review of Housewives of Potomac. My review I posted earlier this week. Also, be sure to join me on Monday at 6 p.m. for my 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After review with Dustin Butler. Not last but not least, be sure to join us next week, same time, same place, same beautiful faces. Until then, y'all have a wonderful, blessed weekend. Stay cool out there. Love y'all for watching. See y'all on the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye.